There is a comedian in Kenya. His name is Crazy Kena. He put out a skit in which he portrayed himself as a policeman in Kenya. The scene started with him coming back home, opening his very ramshackled little house. It is, if you look at it, it's like a shade. He enters, he removes all his expensive anti-riot gear. That seems to even be more expensive than any belongings that he has inside his house. He puts it aside, the heavy jacket of the police, the helmet and everything, the boots. And he's about to relax on his very uncomfortable bed. Just before he could find any rest, he gets a call from his commander, thanking him for a job well done, for quelling the riots, quelling the resistance of the Genz in Kenya. You know what's really interesting? Is that that exact skit can be used by a Ugandan in Kampala. The tweet that was put out by David Louis Rubongoya, you would think that Crazy Kenna used this to write his script before he produced that skit that he uploaded onto the internet, but far from right. Far from right. This is the tweet. By the end of today, some of their commanders will be smiling and embarking on new projects out of the money released to deal with the protests, while their juniors who spent the day on the front line assaulting protesters will be returning to their dilapidated shacks, greeted by loads of problems. The very problems which are caused by the corruption which the protesters were fighting against. I couldn't have put it any better than this, believe me. But that is the reality. That is the reality that we are experiencing right now. And then the responses, they are simply doing their job. You are asking them to do your job. Impossible. This is the mentality of some of the of the people that respond to this. They are only doing their job. They are only doing their job. Their job involves brutalizing people. You can't arrest people normally without heinous acts that are borderline unacceptable. You can't do your job through the parameters of the law. Okay, you've been told to go and arrest protesters. Does that involve violating them physically with heinous acts that are going to leave permanent mental scars of trauma against the young people? You cannot do your job. There are more replies. And this, by the way, that tweet in response to, it is a tweet from Joseph Tumuboine Atenyi. Joseph Tumuboine Atenyi. Let me look into the account of JGD. Oh yeah, of course he has the picture of Museveni there, and yeah, of course. But just like Steve Biko said that the most potent tool in the hand of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. That tweet in response to Rubongoya sums it up. It sums it up, and it also sums up the situation of the police in Uganda and the army. That's where we are at, ladies and gentlemen.